Dick here with today's Life app, and I want to talk about the whole process of change. Someone once said to me, the only people that like change are babies with dirty diapers. And you know, that says something. It talks about our natural resistance to change. How about you? Have you ever felt like you don't want to change? Even if you're the kind of person that says, oh, I love change, the reality is you don't like change. You know, one of the things I used to always jokingly poke fun at when I pastored a church, I had a church of about 1,000 people for a number of years, and I would poke fun at this because every week at our Sunday morning, Sunday evening services, you'd look out and people are sitting in the exact same seats. And then sometimes a visitor would come in and sit in those seats, and wow, you'd see these people, they're looking confused, like, where am I going to sit? Well, you know, we had 1,000 seats, what's the problem, you know? Or 800 anyway, and you can find another seat, right? Shows you how we get so set into a form and we don't like change. You know, anything that upsets our routine. Change is reality. Here's a little story, I like it, from the Peanuts cartoon. Charlie Brown says to Linus, perhaps you can give me an answer. Linus, you remember little Linus? What would you do if you felt like no one liked you? Linus replied, I'd try to look at myself objectively and see what I could do to improve. That's my answer, Charlie Brown. To which Charlie Brown replies, I hate that answer. Isn't that the way we are? We want to change, but we hate the process of change. Change is reality to us. It is, you know what? You're either going into change, you're in the middle of change, or you're just coming out of a change, which the cycle will repeat. Leaders have to change. Believers have to change. You know, Scripture says we're going from glory to glory. It's already saying that we are moving in terms of maturity, in terms of spiritual growth. Even your failures are actually signposts, measuring posts on your way to change. By the way, one of the most brutal agents of change in our lives is failure. Let me know. I can tell you that by personal experience, I can let you know that it's true. People don't like change though, and the reason is often change isn't self-initiated. As a matter of fact, if it were self-initiated, it would seldom happen. Change often comes to us. It's imposed on us. You know, Joan and I, some years ago, suddenly nothing. Everything that we had was gone, and I'm not sure I don't believe that was the right way that process should be handled, but the fact of the matter is that if you are the right kind of person, responding in the right way, you can be taken out of something. See, my life isn't about things. My life is about the measure of God's blessing and His calling on my life. And that's true for you. Have you lost everything? Have you gone through bankruptcy? Did you go through a divorce? Feel like you've lost everything? And it can feel that way for a period of time. But God can restore because His blessing never leaves your life. You know, routine is disrupted. Your life is disrupted through change. Your whole comfort zones are changed. There's a fear of the unknown that assaults us when we're facing change. We often want to stay with the status quo. Let's say we have retirement plans in place. Certainly that affected me. Do you know that God blessed me financially more in the years that followed after that whole thing that happened to us, that failure and that whole issue? Do you know that God blessed us financially more than ever before? I think in part it was because I had chosen to say, I will do whatever it takes to change. I promised Joan, I said, I will look after you financially and every other way, but I, more importantly, will be the man you need to be. You know, Joan and I have a better marriage today, and we say it to each other on a regular basis. People that don't believe me, I say, go ask Joan privately when I'm not around. You will find out that we both sincerely believe our relationship is better than ever before. People ask Joan, including very close family members, how can it be, Joan? How can it be that you are happier than ever before? Joan says, yeah, I know. It's really, really hard to believe. It's really hard to believe, but it's true. And it can only be because God affects change that produces godly fruit in our lives. So, what is today's Life app? Embrace change, even when it's imposed on you, because it'll bear fruit in your life.